Meh.
Welcome to Season 2 of Red Sox Digest, the only show where pain, sarcasm, and false hope collide nightly, like a Masataka Yoshida ground out to second. We break down every loss, every meltdown, and the occasional win, with sarcasm, facts, and no front office spin. Subscribe today at RedSoxDigest.com, or keep wondering how a wildcard team spent an entire offseason avoiding power hitters. And now, here's the crew at Red Sox Digest.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Red Sox Digest. I am your host tonight, Jim Dalfino. And yes, somehow I'm still hosting this podcast. Every single night I sit down, fire up the microphone, and convince myself maybe, just maybe, the Red Sox won't spend 3 hours playing baseball like a supermarket sweepstakes winner got randomly selected to manage the team. At this point, hosting the Red Sox Digest feels less like a sports show and more like reading a police report where every suspect is batting .214 with runners in scoring position. Joining me tonight is Nick Face, a man so emotionally invested in Red Sox baseball that I'm pretty sure his blood pressure spikes every time someone says small sample size. Nick watches his team like an FBI profiler studying serial killers. Every strikeout, every error, every bullpen collapse, he's got screenshots, timestamps, and enough rage to power Logan Airport for 3 business days. Also joining me tonight is John Martinello, the analytical one, which honestly feels irresponsible at this point. John breaks down games with advanced stats and logic, which the rest of us are screaming into a couch cushion watching the offense strand runners like they're abandoning people during the Titanic evacuation. John's the only guy I know who can explain a brutal Red Sox loss using launch angle and somehow still sound disappointed in humanity. And joining us tonight is Tom and Quincy, Boston Sports Radio's human check engine light. The guy calls into 98.5 like he's filing emergency reports to the Pentagon. Tom watches one bat at bat and immediately sounds like a man trying to warn villages about an incoming hurricane. Tom treats every Red Sox loss like it's personally ruined his Thanksgiving dinner. The man could watch a Red Sox win 8-2 and still call in screaming, "Yeah, but did anybody notice the 8th inning cutter location from the 3rd reliever?" And honestly, Tom's perfect for the show because no one hates Red Sox baseball more passionately than people who watch every single inning voluntarily. Tom doesn't watch games for entertainment anymore. He watches like a prison guard counting days until parole. Let's get into it. Your Boston Red Sox are now 22-27 and sit 11.5 games behind the division-leading Tampa Bay Rays after sweeping the Kansas City Royals in a 3-game series. Yes, a sweep. Actual joy and real baseball. I didn't even know this team was legally allowed to win 3 straight games anymore. I'm also not quite certain they are legally allowed to face any team that isn't in the AL or NL Central. Game 1 on May 18th was a 3-1 win behind Sonny Gray, who actually looked like a competent major league pitcher instead of a guy trying to escape witness protection. Wilson Contreras nuked a 2-run homer 435 feet into the Kansas City night. Jarren Duran added a sacrifice fly, and Aroldis Chapman somehow closed the game without causing cardiac arrest around New England. And can we talk about Duran for just a second? This guy spent the entire series playing baseball like someone told him the Royals personally insulted his family. Every inning he was on base, flying around the field, or hitting lasers into the gap while the rest of the lineup occasionally remembered that they're holding bats instead of decorative yard tools. Then in Game 2, the Red Sox won 7-1 because apparently Kansas City decided to defend like they were being paid by the error. Duran crushed a 3-run home run in the 9th. The offense exploded late, and suddenly Boston looked like an actual functional baseball team instead of a support group for stranded base runners. Meanwhile, Ranger Suarez shoved for Boston. The bullpen held together. No one ran into each other, and nobody forgot how many outs there were. It was honestly kind of suspicious. I kept waiting for Fenway security to walk onto the field and announce the whole thing had been a clerical error. And then Game 3, a tight 4-3 win, early deficit, middle inning chaos, and then Jarren Duran once again deciding he was tired of losing baseball games. 2-run homer in the 7th inning, bang, Sox take the lead. Chapman closes it out in the 9th, while every Red Sox fan in America stress eats enough chips to qualify for medical supervision. So Boston sweeps Kansas City, improves to 22-27, and for one brief shining moment, we're all pretending this season isn't a raccoon fighting a lawnmower in a Stop and Shop parking lot. But let me talk directly to you, the fan, for just a second. Do not take the cheese. Do not let this little 3-game winning streak fool you into thinking everything's fixed now. This is what this team does. They hand you just enough hope to drag your dumb, optimistic ass right through the living room like Charlie Brown running toward the football again. Oh, look, they swept the Royals. Yeah, congratulations. They beat a Kansas City team that's sitting under 500 and swings bats like they're trying to kill mosquitoes at a barbecue. I've seen this movie already. We all have. The Red Sox win 3 straight. Everybody starts posting, "We back." Tracy smiles in a press conference. Ownership leaks some fake optimism to the media. And then by next Tuesday, we're watching the bullpen recreate the Hindenburg over Fenway Park. This team is still 22-27. They're still buried in the division. They still disappear offensively for 6 innings at time like a witness protection kicked in. So enjoy the sweep. Absolutely. Winning is better than the baseball terrorism we've been watching most of the season. But don't start planning a parade route because they beat the Royals in May. That's how this team gets you. They hand you a warm breadstick before punching you in the throat with a 2-for-17 stretch with runners in scoring position. Because that's what they do. They're a very flawed team. Offensively, they are below average. I put out a tweet yesterday that compared the championship seasons of 2004, 07, 13, and 18. All those seasons, they had a team OPS plus over 100. This season, it's 90. They're not even an average team, folks. This is a problem. But as long as you fair weather fans keep buying tickets for a weekend getaway because the Mets are coming to town, 35,000 people are in the seats. It's not going to change. Not under this ownership group. It's not. It kills me when we see posts like from Nesson and all the stuffed shirts saying this team is only 2 out of the wild card. Yeah, they're also 2 out of last place. What's the point? And to all the people coming at me on Twitter that says, "Oh, your show is too negative," give me a product on the field that can win and we won't be negative. But you can't criticize me or others who are upset about this team. But of course, that's your narrative. You don't have to. You don't have any takes to begin with. You sit there and bitch, and we are the ones that are complaining. And that's the reality. You know what is the reality? If this team were good, we'd compliment them. But I'm not going to sit here and stroke a team that is a game over 500 since a 2-8 start. What's next? The Red Sox are undefeated on even number Tuesdays when it doesn't snow? Yep. Give me a break. I've said enough. It's time for Nick and the word of the day.
And now it's time for Nick Face's Word of the Day!
I hear an echo in the room. Wait. Theo! Did you hear that? Hold on one more time. Theo! I heard a pulse. Was that name Theo? As in Theo Epstein? There he is, coming out of witness protection program and spoke about the Boston Red Sox is Theo Epstein. Theo Epstein was on the Dirt from the Dugout podcast with Carl Ravitch from ESPN. And he finally spoke about the state of the Boston Red Sox. He talked about his role as an advisor and his role of not having to be in front of the media, but also speaking about this team in general. I'm going to read you the quote on what he said from this podcast, because I found it rather interesting. Theo Epstein said, "I've done a really good job of staying out of the media and the conversation around the team. That's one of the cool things about just being an advisor, is that I can just kind of give my opinion and I don't have to be a part of the public conversation. Pitching and defense have been fantastic. That's not an easy feat to have the foundation. Having to figure out the offense and fixing it midstream is important. There's something to build around with the pitching and defense, and I know Craig Breslow and the guys are hard at work on fixing the offense." Why do I use Theo as my word of the day? Well, This is the first time that we've actually heard him speak in almost about 2 years since he came back to the Red Sox in an advisory role. Everybody was so excited when Theo came back because we all know what he helped build and construct, the 2004 and 7 teams. Now, I understand that he inherited some pieces along the way, of course, from prior general managers and ownership and all that too. But at least in my eyes, for me growing up as a kid, Theo was that guy that gave me hope and showed me that he cared. He had a pulse. He understood what was going on with the team, and he tried his best to make things happen. We have lost that ever since Larry Lucchino departed and passed away. Ever since we've had Bozo Boy Sam Kennedy in charge, no one's trusted this organization. Nobody's trusted the direction. Nobody knows what's happening. Outside of, at least you can say, Dave Dombrowski, when he had the keys to the kingdom to do what he needed to do. But like Sam Kennedy is, the CEO of the Red Sox, Sam runs the Red Sox. No, I'm done with that crap. I'm done. If they can figure out a way for Theo to be involved more operationally, I know it's probably not going to happen, but that is at least my light at the end of the tunnel approach that I would give you. If there's something spewing out there that can get this man more involved, then for me, and I'm sure some of the fan base, will gain that excitement. The next question I want to think about and ask you guys here is, why did Theo just speak just now? Well, if you come to think of it, Alex Cora really was the voice of the Red Sox up until he got fired. Who is the voice of the Red Sox right now? Chad Tracy? Trevor Story? Jarren Duran? I don't think so. There is no voice. Nobody likes Sam Kennedy. Nobody trusts the damn word that he says. John Henry won't speak. Tom Werner, if he speaks, you know what's going to happen on that. They'll go full throttle, and they're just a disaster. So why not just spew Theo Epstein out into media land and sprinkle in a little bit of fairy dust and bring fans back to a little happiness, because Boy Wonder got a chance to speak. Am I happy about him speaking? Sure. But I'm one of those guys that's more of an actions speak louder than words. I think the dog and pony show was just kind of brought out so us Red Sox fans, the casuals, can fall for it. Oh, Theo spoke. Look. Oh, look, Theo spoke. When coming back to reality, me here says, they just wanted to put him out there just to put him out there so it can get everybody off their ass. I don't know what you guys think of it, but I found it curious that he spoke, but I do think this was a PR move to get the heat off of the Red Sox from their total suckbag performance that's happened for 2026. That's my take. That's my thought.
Yeah, absolutely agree with everything you had to say on that one. Nick's word of the day is brought to you by Rage Quit Recliners, the first fully reinforced sports fan recliner designed specifically for Red Sox fans who throw remotes, spike phones, and scream, "That's a fastball right down the middle," at least 6 times a night. Now featuring built-in lumbar support, sweat-resistant armrests, and a cup holder deep enough to hide your dignity after another Trevor Story 0 for 4 performance. Now it's time to move on to the Martinello Minute.
And now the part they don't want said out loud. No spreadsheets or corporate spin, just the truth, raw and impatient. This is the Martinello Minute.
Yeah, I mean, this entire series, the Red Sox swept on the road. That's awesome. None of us had the Red Sox sweeping in this series.
Ain't no sound.
Do I have sound or no?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, like the Red Sox sweep, which is great and all, but there's 2 teams in the bottom of the league right now according to WRC Plus, from an offensive standpoint. That's the Red Sox and the Royals. So the Red Sox, as we all know, have one of the best pitching arsenals in the league. Their starters have been elite outside of Brian Bayo, and the relief pitching unit as a whole has an ERA under 3 on the entire year. So the Red Sox pitch great. Obviously, we know that their defense is great too. Stack those two things up against a team that is right next to you from an offensive standpoint, you should sweep them. But that's the only like kind of hindering I have on what's been going on, or what happened over the last 3 days. But besides that, like, guys, it's a sweep. We're starting to come. The offense was alive. They scored over 4 runs, which they didn't do for 10 straight games. They scored 4 more runs in the last 2 games of the series. The pitching again carried you well. In all 3 of those games, the bullpen pitched 10 innings, didn't allow a single run. I can't remember a single outside of Moran's 9th inning in game 2 of the series. Every other inning of relief pitching was a high stress, high leverage moment. Everybody rung the bell. And then obviously Jarren Duran has the series of the year, from him. That's a guy when Roman Anthony's out, Trevor Story's out. That's a guy that, if he's playing well, the Red Sox are going to win a lot of games. And obviously, with Trevor Story, that's in referment to last year, not so much this year. I'm very happy that Trevor Story, not because of his injury, just the fact that he's not in the lineup every day now. I think that is a surplus to the Red Sox from an offensive standpoint. But again, game 1, Wilson Contreras in the 6th inning hits a 2-run shot. That puts the Red Sox up 2-0. There was a stat the other day that when the Red Sox even just score 3 runs in a game, I think the number at the time was 18-8 on the season. Next inning, Jarren Duran hits a sac fly with runners on first and third. They get to their 3-run number, and that's that's the game. Royals have a hard time getting runs across the board, as we all know. You score 3 runs, you win. Game 2, another really close battle up until I think it was the 8th inning. What was it, a 2-1 game going into the 8th? Then the offense comes alive again. Jarren Duran hits that 3-run home run. Will Fleming had an amazing call. And then obviously Giovanni Moran has a clean 9th inning. And then yesterday, let me get my notes up for yesterday. Yesterday, Connolly Early, who, if anybody read the article I put out this morning, first 8 starts of his career, including the start in Yankee Stadium in the wild card game last year, didn't give up a home run. His last 7 starts now, he's given up 9. That's a problem, but 7 of those 9 home runs that he's given up have been solo shots. So bottom of the first inning, Salvador Perez, high and tight fastball. He puts it out of the park. But then after that, it was, I think, in the 5th inning, Elias Diaz hits a 2-run home run after Early gives up a leadoff walk. And outside of that, he was nails. When Connolly Early's not giving up home runs, nobody else is doing any damage on him whatsoever. So the home runs are a problem right now, but the guy's also 4-2 on the year. He's winning more than he's losing. The offense typically picks him up pretty decently when he's on the mound. So, I obviously want he's at 1.5 home runs per 9. That number gets down, we're gonna be talking about him like how we've been talking about Peyton Tolley as of late.
It's fucking ridiculous.
But so Red Sox, they're down 3-2, and then I put out a tweet talking about Jarren Duran, how up until that at bat this whole season, he has been good 1 game a week, and then he's disappeared. Maybe I was harsh saying that he acted like swung the bat like a single A player, but up until that at bat, everything that I said was 100% true. But he comes up, hits a home run, puts the Red Sox ahead 4-3. And, then, again, the bullpen, as I mentioned, 10 innings, 0 runs. They shut the door down, shut it down on the Royals once again. Roldis Chapman, 12th save of the year. He's on a 27 game or save opportunity streak. I think it was last August was the last time that he blew a save. That's awesome. And we talked about a lot before the season started that Aroldis Chapman probably can't replicate what he did last year. Guys, he's pitching a lot better this year than he did last year. So there's I don't have a lot to complain about at all in the series. Obviously, they win 3 games in a row, but the only gripe that I do have at the end of the day is over this 3-game stretch, the least amount of base runners that they left on base was 7. Game 1 was 9, game 2 7, game 3 8 runners left on base. So the offense still isn't there by any means. And if Jarren Duran's going to start turning it on now, like last year it was in July, he had an 1100 OPS. If he starts hitting the ball like that number maybe goes down to 5 a game. And instead of getting 4 runs or 3 runs, they're going to start getting up to 5 or 6 runs. And that's when they're really going to start, getting that 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, win 7 games out of 10. And that's when this team's really going to start getting rolling. So I'm happy with what I saw. You have a weak Twins team coming into Fenway over the weekend. I expect them to win at least 2 of those. And, after that, I'm pretty sure it's the Braves again. So there's another big test.
Yeah, that's another big part of what their problem still is. They get runners on, they can't get them in because they can't execute with runners on base. That's their big issue.
Still hitting 230 on the year with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So the Martinello Minute was brought to you by ComCoach Baseball Therapy Candles, the soothing aromatherapy candle specifically designed for Red Sox fans trying to explain why a team batting 201 with runners in scoring position is actually due. Each candle scent includes lavender launch angle, vanilla exit velocity, and mahogany moral victories. And for a limited time, every order comes with a complimentary stress blanket embroidered with the phrase, "The underlying numbers look better than you think." And now it's time for a new segment. It is Tom's Takes.
And now, it's time for Tom's Takes with Tom in Quincy.
I had no idea that was coming. You guys, listen, I love the team, okay? And I don't want to root for losses. I will never root for losses. However, I can't root for wins because the people they have in charge of this organization nowadays makes me sick to my stomach. So if they keep winning, if they start winning, not keep winning, if they start winning, never mind the sweep against the Royals, as Felg would say, wee, I'm not enthused by this. I think, and I've said it, I don't know how many times so far. We're only like a month and a half into the season, 2 months or so. I have said this is the worst fucking roster I've ever seen in my life. I will not back off that, regardless what Jarren Duran has decided to do in the past weekend, or the past week, or whatever it is. So when you put this fucking team together, right? And we all knew the pitching was going to be decent. They're far better than we thought they'd be, I think, in my opinion. Without Crochet, Sonny Gray is a welcome surprise. This offense is fucking offensive. It's awful to watch because they can do nothing right. So when they try to do this fucking small ball bullshit that teams like the Royals can do and the Brewers can do because they have to, awesome. They have decided somehow this fucking genius mindset that this fucking group of nerds have over there now. They have decided, you know what? Let's go mid-market. Let's go mid-market. We're not going to pay anyone to come in. We're going to go we're going to half-ass this, and we're going to shove this shit to the side, and we're going to make these guys play a certain way because we don't want to pay for the people that would actually make it be fun. So In one way, they decide they want to go small ball, but in the other way, they employ fucking these driveline fucking dorks that preach launch, right? So if you're gonna preach launch angle, and you're gonna preach fucking swing out of your ass every at bat, and then you want to bunt, you don't have people that can do that. It's like, if you're gonna fucking go that route, then employ the guys that can fucking do it. Why fucking decide to change the whole fucking dynamic of playing at Fenway and then have the wrong fucking people to do it? It's like, fucking commit, you fucking jackasses. It's like, Fenway is built for fucking right-handed power hitters. No, we're not going to do that. No, we're not doing that. We're going to kind of do hit and runs and stuff. And we're going to, we sacrifice bunts. We're going to do all this shit. But then you don't actually sign the guys that can do any of the shit that you want to do. It seems like the easiest thing in the fucking world to go, we should go get the guy that can just fucking hammer the ball over the left field. We'll just get a fucking left-handed hitter that can just fucking pepper like Wade Boggs did. No, not this team. Not with the fucking nerds they fucking employ anymore. They want to reinvent the wheel. And it's not that fucking easy, dude. Get people to fucking play baseball that helps. You need a guy to hit. Hit. First off. Fucking hit, which none of them can do. But hit first. All right? So you fucking get people like you. My whole life has been like, they got guys that were built to hit in that fucking park. This fucking newest crew, since fucking Bloom stepped in the fucking door, they went, fuck all that. Let's just fucking play this Mickey Mouse fucking bullshit. The hit and runs. No, it's a fucking power hitters field. This is not fucking microman like Jerry Jones says, circumcising the mosquito. That's what the fucking nerds at the front office of the Red Sox are doing. Just put fucking guys that can play on the field. I am sure. I mean, I hope to fucking God that I'm right. You guys must be disgusted by the roster they roll at every night. I do. Mm-hmm. I get pissed every fucking day because Jim sends me the lineup and goes, is there anything worse? Has there ever been anything worse? And then they roll out the next night and it's fucking worse. You know? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. This franchise is a $7 billion team. And I have to watch Caleb fucking Durbin and Isaiah kind of Falefa and love you mean it, so God, but seriously? Come the fuck on, man. Like, this team has too much money to be rolling out a fucking offense like they have. I love the pitching. They're better than I thought. You have to be able to have an offense that can put up runs at Fenway Park. They can't even put up runs there. There's no one on this team, minus Contreras, which, again, he's fine. I don't have issues with Contreras. I have issues with pretty much, besides maybe Abreu, the entire
I even have
roster.
issues with him, Tom.
So
he can't feel the ground
ball. Frustration lies is where you want to play this way, but you don't employ the players that you need to play that way. Pick a fucking side. I side on offense always. Always. Especially at Fenway Park. Other parks, you can go whatever, do whatever the fuck you want to do. This team should be built offensively to play at home, and they simply abandoned that because the numbers in some fucking nerd's mind said they shouldn't.
Yeah, it's
That's
an
pretty
excellent.
much where I land on that.
It's an excellent
Sorry.
point. I mean, no, that's good. Look, Wade Boggs was not Wade Boggs if it wasn't for Fenway Park. David Ortiz probably is not David Ortiz without Fenway Park. That's what the guys did back then. They, like you said, they employed players that could handle that stadium. Okay, JD Martinez could swing and get it out in
Devers, guys.
right field. Rafael Devers. Okay. These guys could, Dustin Pedroia, another one. Okay. 40, 50 doubles a year. They don't do that anymore. It's all this analytic bullshit. And to Tom's point, you want to talk about driveline? Press conference. It's not working. Micah, Ballpark Buzz said something on Twitter a couple weeks ago. And he's like, oh, the Dodgers use driveline. Yeah, but the Dodgers have good players. You need good players if you want to even institute anything like driveline. I mean, I don't get it, but that's the way they want to play this game now. It's horrific. So Tom is brought to you by Complaint Depot, New England's largest supplier of folding chairs, stress balls, and emergency sports radio dialing fingers for Red Sox fans who yell "This team stinks" before the national anthem is even over. Now featuring the all-new Tom and Quincy starter pack, 1 dented coffee mug, 3 blown blood vessels, a Nessun mute button, and a laminated card that simply reads, "I've been saying this since spring training." Tom, I can hear you, so I don't know if you can hear us, but I know you're having some issues, some audio. I want to kind of get into a couple talking points. The first one that I want to talk about is, should Marcelo Mayer be playing shortstop? Here's my thing with him. The Boston Red Sox have made every single decision they make this huge, ridiculous soap opera with everything and every player. And now it's like, well, he's going to practice at shortstop. Hot shit. He was a shortstop in college. He was a shortstop in the minor leagues. I'm sure he can go ahead and play shortstop right away when Trevor Story goes down. Why does he need to practice and still play second base all this time? Why can Mookie Betts be a Gold Glove right fielder and move right to short? Why can Carl Yastrzemski be an outfielder and move to first base? Why can Pete Rose play 6 or 7 positions and hit 4,000 base hits in his career? But Marcelo Mayer needs to be stroked into shortstop. John, I'll start with you.
Yeah, so when Marcelo Mayer was called up, every single media outlet said the Red Sox are calling up shortstop prospect Marcelo Mayer. You said it yourself. The kid played his entire life, his primary position, and where he has played up until, I believe, his last couple of days in AAA was shortstop. So I understand that, in the midst of Trevor Story being, not playing well, the reluctance to move him over there while Trevor Story was healthy. All spring, when Alex Cora was here, he said, we want to have, the same guys in the same spots every single night so that they have that chemistry, which, like that part I agree with. But then obviously once Trevor Story goes down, what's he on, his 5th opinion right now?
Yeah,
if he's not going to be here for the next 2-3 months, it shouldn't take, a week to get reacclimated to shortstop, to be able to go and play there. The guy's played shortstop again for his entire life. So I don't understand why to this point he hasn't been there, but I'll give it a pass because he's been working at shortstop now pregame for the entire series in Kansas City. We should see him playing shortstop tomorrow. Now, is that going to happen? I have no idea, but that's kind of, the comments from, right when Trevor Story went down, Chad Tracy said that Trevor Story is our shortstop. That's, what it is going to be for right now. And then he kind of walked back those comments a little bit. The other day when after Meyer went up to him and talked to him about it, I'm sure that Tracy had a conversation with Breslow afterwards to kind of, get on the same page as to like what everyone's thinking. If bottom line is if there's going to be a time that we're going to see Marcelo Meyer at shortstop, it either starts in this Twin series or it starts in this in the Brave series after that. It's going to be in this homestand, and if it doesn't happen, we're never going to see the guy at shortstop because obviously Breslow has other plans.
Well, I mean, if you're going to start it, do it against the Twins. It's an inferior team, even though they kick your ass. But, do that before you're going to start seeing the Braves at home. If you still want to try to compete in this season, don't make them start it against the Braves, who are a superior team over the Twins. Do it now, because what are you waiting for? Nick, your thoughts on Marcelo Mayer and the shortstop situation?
Well, we went over this a little bit on Sunday night when we talked about Story getting his sports hernia injury and everything like that. And my take was, yes, I would put Marcelo Meyer at shortstop now. However, I'm coming at this with a different tune tonight. Guys, what has Marcelo Meyer done to even prove he should be a major league player right now? Point blank, stop right there. Nothing. He hasn't proven. But this is where we're at right now. Glove-wise, yes, I think the glove suits perfectly fine for Major League Baseball. I like the glove. But Marcelo Meyer hasn't earned one damn thing here for the Major Leagues. So why am I going to roll out the red carpet for Marcelo Meyer? Why? All of these overpriced prospects need to friggin' earn it. And I'm sorry, he hasn't earned shit. So you know what? Keep playing second base or ship his ass back down to Worcester. I mean, it's as simple as that. All of them. I mean, I think that, again, it's overrated. It's not ready, not prepared. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're not doing it. Whether Marcelo Meyer wants to or not, there's a preparation side of things. And we all know the MO with the Red Sox. They aren't prepared. They're not ready. They have no clue what's going on. Heck, they probably still think it's 2013. So I'm not rolling the red carpet out for Marcelo Meyer. I challenge him. Kind of in a way what Alex Cora did from spring training. Earn it. Prove it. I'm not going to give you a roster spot. That's what Cora did with Marcelo Meyer to start. Because I think he's got to put those little kid gloves on for him. Because he's a child.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'd say to that is, would you rather Meyer be at shortstop or have IKF in the lineup playing shortstop, or Monasterio at shortstop opposed to third base or second base? I just think, like, Alex Cora's favorite line, the roster's the roster, and I don't think that there's going to be any major changes, especially within the infield anytime soon. So if he's your best defensive option at shortstop, I don't see any reason as to why we shouldn't, he shouldn't be there tomorrow night.
Tom,
what's your going at that end? I agree with you, John. Then yes, Marcelo Meyer, because of the best defensive metrics, you put him there. Yes.
Tom, what's your take on Mayer? Should he be playing shortstop already, or what's the problem here?
I mean, I have a lot of takes on Mayer since he was drafted out, obviously. There was a lot of hype about him when they're like, oh, it's the highest draft pick the Red Sox have had in, 100 years, whatever it was. It's like, I get nervous, and which I have said many times about Red Sox prospects. Like, I can't, don't fucking tongue bathe me about how good they're going to be. They're not, because 90% of them don't end up doing shit. But Mayer looks like he's a very good ball player, right? He's better than Story defensively. So, I mean, Jim, you're better than Story defensively. So, I think if you're gonna have to do this thing, and you want Meyer in the lineup, Monasterio, whatever the fuck his name is, the other chump that came over Durbin. They're worthless to me. Like, it's fucking maddening to me. It's maddening that we're like, oh, we can maybe get Monasterio at second and put Meyer at short, and
IKF,
they're
baby.
trying to fucking finger bang all these guys in to this lineup or this roster where it's like, how far have we fallen? Right? Like, how far have we fucking fallen? So Marcelo Meyer, I was never sold on him. He looks like a good ball player if he can put it all together. At the middle of the infield, to me, it's a fucking toss-up. Like, you can put either one of them or they move Rafaela from center, and like, you shouldn't have to fucking have these concerns, is my issue. It's like, this fucking shit should have been resolved way before now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, all right, well, we're not sure we're doing with short. Well, I don't know. Me being a rational person, I would like to think, you have a fucking 30-something-year-old guy that has been injury fucking prone his whole career. You brought him here to replace Bogarts, which, by the way, I would love the numbers on how many games Bogarts has played compared to Story since he left. But so you bring this fucking Coors Field fabrication into this team, and then you wonder why you have to fucking find a replacement when he's hurt. So now we're left with, you could have Bogarts. No. The Red Sox decide, no, we don't want to sign Bogarts. And I get the 11 years, as that's ridiculous, and that's a totally different topic for a totally different day. However, you could have Bogarts at short. Instead, you have a combination, of Marcelo Meyer, whatever Monasterio is, Sogard, Story, and whatever other fucking stiff that you can throw in. So I like to think I work in a world of common sense and rationale, and I've honestly the the shortstop position, the middle infield position, the infield position, the outfield position, the overall roster construction of this fucking team goes against all common sense and all rationale. So if you're asking me who should play short, Matt Maya, probably, I guess. Sure, why not? Keep Monasterio out of my face. Keep these other, who's the other fucking, the Magnum PI kid, the fucking Mickey Gaspar and his mustache, like,
That's Super Mario.
who, like, I just can. Why are we having to talk about who should be playing shortstop? It's not even fucking Memorial Day, and Story's on the shelf again. Nick, I know me and you kind of travel the same trails on things. It's like, why? I never
Look at
wanted
this
Story.
embarrassment.
I never wanted Story here.
Ever.
I
never wanted him here.
it.
Tom, these are the numbers of Trevor Story versus Xander Bogaerts.
It's fucking gross.
Now
It's just in his career. It's ridiculous.
No, it's not. No, this isn't the career one. This is what I just grabbed. This is Bogaerts in San Diego, and this is Story in his Red Sox career. So it's only the Red Sox. So it's only the Red Sox years for Story and only the Bogaerts years for San Diego. Go ahead.
Well, I think what happened, I think my whole thing was like, when this was the Bogarts, Betts, Devers thing, it was like, well, we're going to have to let one go, right? And my thing was like, well, I understand they were never going to pay Mookie Betts.
No.
That was never going to happen. And it sucks that he left, but I didn't really give a shit that much about that one. I really didn't. Besides, the return was gross, but at least we have Connor Wong. But the Bogarts thing,
I love that.
the
That was
Bogarts
good.
thing is that they chose Story over Bogarts. They chose to push Bogarts out. And I understand the contract he signed was outrageous, but if they just fucking did their job, they could have had him.
But Thomas should have never gotten that long.
Exactly.
They should have signed Bogart's endeavors 3 years prior. That's the issue.
Exact. Jim, let me ask you this. Another frustrating fucking thing about this team, which fucking kills me, right? So they don't go early to sign and extend Bogarts and Betts and Devers, but they do go early to extend Christian Campbell and Bayo and all the other fucking shitbag fucking prospects that the nerds picked. And remember, the Bogart stuff, that's all Dombrowski thing. This is Dombrowski. And this is real baseball people that know talent, watch baseball, scout baseball. Not, hold on. I just got an email about this kid. Hold on. Hey, there's a kid down in Toledo that's plus 146 and go fuck yourself. Literally go fuck your own face with all the shit. Sign real fucking talent. The homegrown talent in this team I would say after Pedroia, right? You had like a good run there for a few, with the Charrington years a little bit, and then all of a sudden you have these. Hey, let's go fucking sign these 5'8" middle infielders in high school.
Yeah,
like it could be me. You could have signed me, and then just fucking pawn me off 5 years later when I never did a fucking lick in single A, double A. Triple A was a fucking pipe dream. It's like, why do they do this? Why do they do this? Draft the fucking kids out of the Dominican like you did that were fantastic. Sign them, keep them, win with them, and go. But no. Now you want to decide to fucking cut bait on what works and follow these fucking dorks and these nerds and this fucking bullshit thing that, well, we'll just go analytics and we'll just go see this. There's no watching the game. There's no scouting the game. There's no this. It's no, the numbers tell me this. And so this is what we're going to do. And I could go along with that when that fucking model wins. It does not win. And when people fucking tell me, like, the Dodgers won, Andrew Friedman has more money to offer than anyone else. So when you tell me that the Dodgers are going to be your fucking example of how you win with analytics, you come off as the biggest fucking cunt ever. So the Dodgers payroll, if they had to actually pay Ohtani money, which, please,
$2 million a year.
Come on. Great. Fucking Red Sox, do that. Make Ohtani $1 million player a year. Do that, you fucking jackass. Instead of telling me we don't need Ohtani, we don't need Kyle Schwarber, we don't need this guy. We had Tristan Cassis, or we have Christian Campbell, or we have Roman Anthony, who I love, by the way. We have fucking Marcelo Maya. It's just like, I wish that they would either, do you want to spend money and win or not? Because I will tell you, the model that they're going right now, and they want this fucking mid-market crap like the Royals and the Rays and all this shit, the Royals and the Rays don't win with that model.
No.
So I understand why those teams do it. The Brewers, I understand it. I get it. You have to do it when you don't have a fucking team worth $7 billion. But when you do have a team worth $7 billion, I don't want to watch Caleb Durbin. I don't want to watch Monasterio, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't want to watch these guys. It fucking drives me crazy to Isaiah kind of Falefa, for Christ's sake. It's like, I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't like it. I don't want to fucking watch it. When I know that there's an alternative. The alternative is spend your fucking money. You have the fucking money. You charge us the money to go watch this fucking shitbag fucking team this year.
Yeah. Here's the other.
Big market team should spend.
Yeah.
Don't fucking sell me that you're not a big market. You are. You're top 5 at worst. Don't fucking sell me Isaiah kind of Falefa.
Yeah.
Like, give me a fucking break. Monasterio and this other fucking dickhead Durbin. Give me a break.
Here's
Sorry.
the other. Here's the other. No, it's okay.
Sorry.
No. Here's the other thing about the Bogarts situation. You signed Bogarts 3 years ago when you should have. You have Rafael Devers today, and the reason why is because, and a lot of people say, well, Bogarts could have settled Rafael Devers. It goes beyond that because you don't go after Bregman.
Exactly.
And you don't make him your third baseman
For
and
a year.
just destroy the whole friggin' team because of that.
Jim, the whole thing.
So nothing
sorry,
happens. None of that
I don't mean to
happens.
interrupt. The
Yep.
whole fucking problem when they were talking about the Devers, Bogarts, and Betts thing. Betts didn't want to be here is one thing. You didn't even try to keep him, right? So if you fucking move on and they should have been the big 3 they talk about, not these other fucking chumps that can't play baseball. But when you fucking they have an issue with evaluation. It's like you let go of the wrong people all the time. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? So if you're gonna trade away someone like Betts, some would say, MVP candidate every year, this and that. I don't care about the Betts thing. The Bogarts move to me over Devers and all that shit. The Bogarts move to me is the biggest mistake they made in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Because letting Bogarts go for nothing, then you have to overcompensate, then you have to overpay to Devers, then you get fucked over in the deal when you don't want to have to pay for Devers anymore, and then you take the fucking return on them, then you trade the guys that are good. They keep stepping on their own dick in these moves.
Look at past history. You got nothing.
They step on their own dick every time. Like, they have yet to come out of this. Stop stepping on your dick.
You got nothing for Mookie Betts. You got nothing for Xander Bogaerts. You got nothing for Rafael Devers. You got nothing for Chris Sale.
We have Wong.
Yeah.
Let's not forget.
Yeah. We're gonna move on to pitching probables.
Surprised of all this.
Yeah. So here we go with pitching probables. We're gonna go ahead and discuss.
How sick is that? That of all those trades, the return that we have to fucking lean on that is still here is Connor fucking Wong.
Yep. That's all you got for everybody.
That makes me want to fucking puke.
That's why I sit next to my bucket every night.
Honest to God. Connor Wong, of all those guys, the sickest fucking thing. It's like, so they got Kyle Harrison and they got all these guys and they get all this shit back. Then they trade them out and get nothing for them either. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Let's go over.
You know what I mean? It's like Kyle Harrison, Quinn Priesta. I mean, you can probably rattle off a dozen fucking names that they've got in trade, and they immediately move them and then keep the fucking stiffs, and then we get nothing. David Hamilton is producing in Milwaukee.
Yep.
David Hamilton is a fucking stiff. He's a fucking 4A player at best. You know why he works? Because he's in fucking Milwaukee.
But they also
And
told
they know
him
how to use guys like him.
exact. That's
Unlike the Red Sox that want to.
That's the key. They got him to
so bad to not pay for talent, but they don't know how to use the guys that they don't want to pay for.
Well, as far as
like this, it's just like fucking hamster on a wheel, like running after this thing. It's just like, oh my god, I want to like not spend money and still be competitive, but oh shit, I don't have the guys that can do that.
As far as Hamilton's
So
concerned,
instead, we'll just tell the fans that are smarter than us, we're gonna do it, and it's gonna work, and it's not gonna fucking work. It will never work. It will never work. This mid-market mentality in Boston will never fucking work.
Yeah, as far as Hamilton is concerned, the thing about Hamilton,
as much as people want it to, it won't.
Yeah. The thing about Hamilton, again, it's because a team like Milwaukee is going to turn around and say,
fucking maddening, dude.
Yeah, this is
fucking makes me so angry.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to have you go back to what you do best. And that's why it works for them. But moving right along with pitching probable. So Friday, we start a series at home against the Twins. It's at 7:10 p.m. It's going to be Tolle against Prelip. Saturday is at 4:10 p.m. Brian Bayo, I can't imagine he's going to start again. It could be an opener against Ober. And then Sunday, May 24th at 1:35 p.m., Sonny Gray against Rojas. John, I'll start with you. How do you see the series going?
I got 2 out of 3. Game 1, it's going to be low scoring. This guy, I don't even want to try to pronounce his last name, but Connor is his first name for the Twins. He's 1-2 on the season, but guy's got a 2.88 ERA, 0.96 WHIP. He's got 28.4% K rate. He's walking guys at a league average rate. But he throws, what was his velocity? My bad. He's slider heavy, which with the Red Sox, they do hit fastballs well. They don't hit the breaking balls well. It's going to be low scoring. I give Tolle the Fenway Friday in the green jerseys. His adrenaline's going to be going. That fastball might be touching 99, 100. I think he goes deep into the game. We're going to get that Slayton, Whitlock, Chapman 7, 8, 9. I think they win game 1. Game 2, I'm kind of concerned. I don't think Bayo's going to start because Sonny, if you can insert Sonny Gray into the Saturday game, and that would be on his normal 4 days of rest because they got this off day today. So I hope that Sonny Gray goes because Nick, we talked about it the other day that because of the off day today and the off day on Monday, you could go through a 4-man rotation 2 times through and not have anybody going on 3 days of rest or anything outlandish like that. So I hope that Gray goes. We get Gray on Saturday and then Ranger Suarez on Monday. But Bailey Ober he just threw a Maddox the other day. Can't imagine he replicates that. I just think that the Red Sox are going to do something stupid and kill themselves in one of these games. So I'll take 2 out of 3.
Red Sox win 2, you think?
Yeah.
Nick, your thoughts for the weekend series?
We may make history here tonight. John and I are in the same agreement on exactly the games that we're thinking the Red Sox will win and lose. So I think Tolle will be. I guess we got to. So I think Tolle coming off of a great performance this past time in the rotation. I think that he'll thrive on tomorrow night's game back at Fenway. Bayo, is that for real? His ERA is 3.42. Is that true? Okay.
No.
I was looking at that.
Yeah, it's
135 actually out of the bullpen.
Oh, out of the bullpen.
Is that what it is? Is that the bullpen ERA?
No, 135 out of the bullpen.
Well, he can go.
That will be an automatic loss, whether it's an opener or somebody else. I would much rather see Bennett come up and throw. Truthfully, I'd rather see that than see Bayo. I would. And then definitely one of the more surprising contributors to this season so far is definitely Sonny Gray. The big thing is just health, just making sure that he can battle it out and get you a solid performance. The good thing on last night's game, which I'm really happy with how they tried to wiggle their way through, is that you have Justin Slayton now. It'll be 2 or 3 days rest. You'll have Garrett Whitlock with the same amount of rest. We don't have to deal with Zach Kelly in our lives. Holla fucking Luya on that one. He's gone. And Chapman got today off. So we should be in a good position here heading into this series. And the other positive, as much as it is the Royals, that may have been Greg Weissert's best performance we've seen this season yet.
It's the Royals, though.
That's the thing. So I'll take the baby step on knowing that at least you were able to get that sweep last night. That was a tightrope, I must say, because I was quite pissed in the 9th inning from Masataka ground out of Yoshida, not getting the runner in, and Willier, I have no clue what I'm doing last night. Abreu playing, must have been half asleep playing the game last night, because Duran led off that inning in the 9th with the great triple, and there was nobody out, and you can't get the runner in, typical Red Sox fashion. And then you have Chapman close the door there. So I was surprised on how they got the job done there, but they did it. And it allows the bullpen, again, case in point, to get a little bit of a reset to get yourself back to Fenway.
Tom, how do you see the weekend pulling out?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Tom?
Oh, I like 2 of 3. I like Tolley a lot. I like the fact that pitching wise, you have some kind of optimism when him and Early are pitching. Sonny Gray to me is I'm not sure. I would love to see him pitch like he has. He's been really good, surprisingly really good. Any game that I see Bayo's name makes me automatically think they're just gonna start off from the fucking. They can be digging out from the get-go. Regardless if it's the first inning he's in. If he starts, that game's over.
Mm-hmm.
If you do the opener situation, which he seems to do much better in. I mean, I think his ERA when he comes into the second or third as opposed to the first, it's like 8 runs. It's an 8-run difference. So
how crazy? That's so crazy.
It's fucking nuts, and I don't get it. I mean, he's kind of a mental midget, I guess, and he's kind of a dick too. So it's kind of like, if you know that the kid he sucks coming out starting, right? His ERA was almost 10, I think. But his ERA coming in the second inning is 1.5 or whatever. So, I mean, again, logic and common sense I feel that we are mostly all on the same page about. If you know a kid is better coming in the second inning by 9 fucking runs, then you put him in the second inning, not the first. It's a mental thing with him, I think. There's a makeup thing with him I don't like. But I like Tolley starting the series because that kid has fucking nuts. So I like him starting the series. I don't know what happens on the Bayo day with the bullpen game or whatever the fuck it is. And again, Sonny Gray, I enjoy so far. I'm pleasantly surprised. So I'll be with you guys on I'm hoping 2 for 3.
So I'm going to go 1 for 3.
That
Just because
second
I don't.
game might be a bitch.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1 for 3 because I just don't. Tolley can pitch great, Gray can pitch great, but you got to hit, and I just don't see this team hitting enough to score enough runs. They're doing terrible at Fenway Park, like we've talked about. So I think if they're going to win one of these games, it's going to be the Tolley game. They could win 2. They're not sweeping, but I'm going 1 out of 3 just because I don't trust the offense. That's the bottom line. We haven't done this in a while, but we do have a dugout dipshit. So time for dugout dipshit.
And now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, the Dugout Dipshits.
So today's dugout dipshit, this was a tweet. John, you probably remember this one as well because I saw it come across this morning, and you were back and forth with Leslie Skratomsky. I don't know if he's from Scranton.
I would love to speak to this.
Yeah. So he says, the Red Sox Digest crew is more happy when the team is miserable so they can be miserable and have something to talk about. That part of baseball is over. The Section 10 types keep it positive because it's a game. Lighten up and tell Jim to quit crying about everything. You're today's dugout dipshit because let me tell you something, Leslie. If this team was actually any good, we would praise them. But they're not good. And I'm not going to stroke the team when they have one game or one series that they win. I mean, they've only won 5 series out of the 16 that they've had all season. That's pathetic. And so if you think that this is a good team by what you're saying, you're part of the problem. And let me tell you something about the Section 10 guys. The reason why people like Carabas and those yahoos have the ability to go into Fenway Park and get on the field is because they'll go ahead and do the stroking. We don't do any spin here. We're not going to tell you what you want to hear. We're going to tell you the way it is. So that's part of the problem. So my advice to you is be part of the solution, not part of the problem. It's time for some comments. We'll go over these as well from our viewers. Let's see what we got here. Jules says 3-2-1 action. This was the most painful sweep ever. Sure was, Mike. It doesn't tell you anything about the team at all. That's the problem. Greg says Boston would. Betty says made it before I have a meltdown. Jules says I bet the barbecue was good in Kansas City. It's probably about all there is there anyway. It hasn't been. I've seen enough teams over 60 years of fandom. This is a terrible team. Absolutely is. Jules says, you know better, Jim, we will suck till further notice. It's exactly what is going to happen. Shut down the Jordan BS. Do you guys think they're really going to trade for someone like that?
No, they're not going to, and that's only because Craig Breslow traded away Rafael Devers last year, who didn't fit his mold as to what he wants to do with the DH position. You're not going to go ahead and go trade for Yordan Alvarez, who fills that exact same role after making all of the, fire that was last year and the reason why you got rid of him. So I'd love him. I'd love Yordan Alvarez, but it won't happen. And nor can Craig Breslow.
I would love it.
Talk to somebody and get into an agreement with somebody with a name of that stature.
Yeah.
I would love Yordan Alvarez.
So
who wouldn't? He's what a top 3 hitter. And
I would love it.
He comes up to the plate.
They're never gonna do it. I get it, but I mean, I would love that. Like,
he's the guy that comes up to the plate when, say, your team's winning 3-0. He comes up to the plate with the bases empty, and you think you're going to be losing after his at bat.
Yeah, and he's
be like installing back David Ortiz
fucking time he plays.
And you know what?
Him and Yandy Diaz, is all. Those are the guys I think it's like. Did they ever get out? I know they don't bat 1,000 against the Red Sox, but it feels like they do.
Jordan's kind of close to hitting 1,000 against the Red Sox.
Seriously,
the Red Sox
ridiculous.
don't have a guy in the lineup that you stop and say, "I'm not going to go get a snack or go to the bathroom."
Yes, I get it.
Hey, now I like to watch your shit around out the second base.
Kennedy the Viper. Betty also says, "Idiot Warner." Red Sox diehard says, "I don't believe in this team until they beat good teams." Well, it's hard for them to beat good teams because all they're doing is playing central teams. I mean, I've never seen a season like this. where they just keep playing teams from the NL and AL Central. Theo spoke garbage. Yeah, it really was. He said nothing in that interview, to be honest with
The
you.
Dog and Pony show. That's all it was.
Yeah, it is. My Red Sox basement. Yep. Red Sox diehard. I hosted the 2018 World Series when I first bought my home. My basement is decked out in Sox merchandise and a bar. Give us a picture of that. I'd like to see what it looks like. Hope to host another World Series party. It's not going to happen anytime soon. I'll tell you that much. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Contreras is hitting like crazy, so he'll get traded to another team ASAP. It's exactly what's going to have, Betty. I mean, they only have a few bargaining chips for this deadline. I just worry that Craig Breslow is going to be the guy in charge of it because he's going to start to try to trade and do things like his job depends on it, and that's the problem.
Well, let's make sure we reiterate too with the Wilson Contreras. He's been good, but please do not define him as a JD Martinez and this kind of thing. He's a good hitter. In an ideal lineup, he's my 6th hitter. But we're asking him to do things way above and beyond his pay grade.
Yep. Jules says I don't count on Duran. You know, the thing is he's so streaky. I mean, you're not getting 24 Duran back. I mean, granted, I like watching him on the bases. I like when he goes from first to second on a ground ball to right field. You're not seeing a lot of that anymore, and I think part of it's because he's got to worry about his next contract. He's 2 years away. Betty also says,
"Did you see what he did, by the way, Duran, after he hit the home run with behind the home plate again?"
All this kind of stuff to the fans. Is that what you're mentioning? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He's taunting the fans all the time. I put a tweet out on that too. He's got to stop doing that and just
asking for trouble. He's asking for it.
He always is.
I was about to say I was proud of him for not doing anything this whole week in Kansas City because I heard tennis racket every single time that guy came up to the plate, but I didn't see that after the home run. Was that the game 2 home run?
The game 3. He did in the game 3 too. He did at the crowd as he rounded third base. He did it again. Yeah.
Huh. I didn't notice it. I was gonna say I thought
Brutal.
He did great handling what the fans were doing because again every single time that dude came up to the plate, you heard the trigger words.
Oh yeah. Jules says, "What's a market?" I'm from NOLA. Red Sox diehard. The offense is an insult to us. You're damn right it is. He also says Henry cares about effing Liverpool. You know, here's the thing. He came out today. What was that statement he said today? It's like, oh, I was told that if I win a championship here, I'll never have to buy a beer again. It's not kind of how it works around here. Yeah, and I put out a tweet. I says, yeah, John, that's because you became a fraud after all the championships were won. That's the reason.
Lifetime Achievement Award, ass.
Yeah. F Liverpool. Right on by Jules. Very close to Boston. Thicker accent. Mine was from an hour away. Even the nerds are dumb nerds.
You know that one, Tom.
Red Sox diehard. Ask Clown Fenry Sports Group. Jules says 112 losses.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Too many now.
That's a lot. I don't think that's happening.
Yeah. I think it's too high now. They suck at Fenway. They do. To Tom's point, you're supposed to build a team that is good in your ballpark for 81 games, and it just doesn't happen. Red Sox diehard says, "I'm with you, Tom." Jules says Abreu needs to hit to left, but swings out of his ass instead. That's part of his problem. He could probably be a much better hitter, if he stopped trying to launch everything. That's part of the problem.
He's one player I would trade in a millisecond. I'm sorry. Yeah. I just would. He is overvalued, overhyped. I don't see it, guys. I was bullshit last night with his performance. It was horrible.
That one at bat in the 9th inning, I was not happy with. That was a very
selfish in right field. He dropped the effing ball.
Yeah, that too. But outside of that last at bat, he's hit the shit out of the ball for all 3 games.
He couldn't hold Trot Nixon's jock.
Yeah. Betty says, agree, Nick. Jules says he has to play every day, not sit for his left-hand pitching. You could say that about Mayer. You could say that about Abreu, although Abreu is actually doing pretty good against left-handed pitching.
Yeah, Meyer's hitting 300 against lefties too.
Yeah, so why were these guys platoon players in the past? You got to wonder.
The nerds The nerds say I can't play those guys.
Tom Betty thinks you're hilarious. I had a meltdown when they didn't sign Bogey. I agree that Durbin is not good. She says Section 10 is a Red Sox property, bought and paid for. You're damn right, and so forth. So that's going to be the end for comments today. Anybody got any last minute thoughts before we wrap up? John, go ahead.
Yeah. Red Sox today announced they're calling up. I don't know if it's Tyron Guerrero, but 35-year-old out of Worcester. If anybody, this guy through the other night, he's touching 103. He's got a .92 ERA on the year.
How old is he again?
10.7 K per nine, 2.7 walk per nine. What's that, Nick?
Then
How
why
old is he again?
30. He's 35. He hasn't been in the major league since 2019. The guy throws.
Can I? He's
Go
at
ahead.
least 3 years older than that.
I think he's 40.
He has some wrinkles.
Tyron Guerrero. Oh, I see it here.
Listen, and Zach Kelly obviously got options back. They picked him over Weissert because I don't know, can't give you the answer there, but and then they picked him over whatever his name is, the other shitter. What is it, Jack Anderson?
Moron.
No,
Sure.
not. What was it, Tom?
Sure.
Who?
Yeah, sure. Whatever his name is, doesn't matter.
Yeah. The guy, the Rule 5 pick guy, and they can't put him down.
Yeah,
Ryan Watson.
And they lose
Watson.
him, which is bullshit. Which again is another question on why the hell, like, if you want to win, why does it matter?
Almighty.
Hey,
This is what we're doing.
He hasn't pitched since I was in high school. We don't.
Why
we don't
does-
I
why
reserve
does
my
he-
comments.
God, he looks like
Tyron Guerrero.
he looks like who's he
right.
look like? He looks like
I'm not going there. I'm not.
It's
I'm
so
not.
ridiculous.
no, I'm serious.
not.
But
Who is it? Carl Crawford for the nose up?
I'm not.
Like,
No.
all
Oh
right.
no.
So you move on.
Oh no. He
From
looks like
one
Pablo Reyes. Pablo
guy
Reyes.
in the
Yeah,
bullpen
maybe that's
a
that
little
you-
chubbier, but I see
Yeah.
what you're going for.
Yeah, so he was with
I just
so he
think
was-
that
so in 2019
This is-
he was with the Miami
this
Marlins.
is ridiculous.
He was 1-2 with a 6.26 ERA.
35-year-old guy.
He's nails in Worcester. Why not? He throws 103. Bring him up. I'm all
Christ.
for it. But
They
I
all
do
throw
want to give.
103 now.
Yeah.
I
This
shit
fat
on Zach
fuck,
Kelly
too.
all
He's a
year.
fatty. On top of it. Whatever.
Mass is gas.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
But,
unfortunately he's not CC Sabathia.
What
That's
But-
going to wrap it up for
are
tonight.
you doing?
That's going to wrap
What
it
are
up
we
for
doing?
tonight. I'd like to thank Tom for being
I'm
on,
sorry,
Nick,
go ahead.
John, and everybody that was with our
It's a joke. This
Um,
team's a joke, man.
that was online and committed to showing some comments
Sorry.
on there. I'd like to thank everybody for being on with us.
Tyron Guerrero,
Definitely
please.
go to our website at redsoxdigest.com and sign up
Hey,
for a
he's
free
like
subscription.
45. He's 300 pounds. And give me a break.
That'll be it for tonight. We will see you probably on Sunday. Have a great night, everyone.
Alfredo